all of you. You are watching your favorite business show, The Business Show. Today, we'll be talking about strategy, and we have with us great individuals of leading organizations who will be simplifying strategy to us. So Sachini, could you tell us what strategy is?
Yes, Anthony. Strategy is the scope and direction of an organization in order to achieve competitive advantage. And as a leading bank in this country, this is the strategy that we follow to be successful.
So we have Premanand. What is your point of view on strategy?
Yes, Anthony. Successful pharmaceutical company, because of direction and the scope of the organization, and fulfill stakeholders' expectation in order to gain competitive advantage.
Great. So after listening to both our speakers, we could define strategy as the direction and scope of an organization over the long term, which achieves competitive advantage for the organization through the configuration of resources within a challenging environment to meet the needs of markets and fulfill stakeholder expectations. There are many views on strategy. Anupama Vanaguru, could you explain to us the contradictions of strategy?
Yes, there are many views on strategy by various authors. As per Mingsberg, strategy is a pattern. But as per Porter, strategy is about being different.
Thanks, Anupama. So, we have a caller with us. I believe it's Suresh. Hello, Suresh.
Hello, I am Suresh Kumar from Trincomalee. I have read on strategy, and strategy has levels. Can you please explain what are these levels of strategies are?
Thank you, Suresh, for that wonderful question. Jayatish sir, could you explain to us the levels of strategy?
Operational level strategy concerns the different parts of the organization and how it delivers a strategy in terms of human resource, process, and managing their resources.
Thank you, Jayatish sir, for explaining the levels of strategy. Audience would like to know the 3 types of strategy. Prem, over to you.
Yes, Anthony. SBU strategies, product market strategies, and institutional strategies.
Thank you, Prem. Jayatish sir, could you explain a few more key tools to generate strategic options?
Key tools like the Porter's generic strategies, in which it identifies the market scope and the competitive advantage, and the other key tools, the value chain.
Now, we have a question from the audience. Let me read it out to you. The question is, how to evaluate strategic options? Sachini, this question is to you.
Having many strategic options, it needs to be evaluated before making a decision in order to pursue a direction. So there are 3 steps to evaluating a strategic option, which is whether your strategy is suitable, whether it's acceptable, and whether it's feasible. When I mean suitability, it's whether this strategy is there enough to solve a problem. When it's acceptability, that is whether this is accepted by the key stakeholders. Lastly but not least, whether it's feasible. This involves whether there is enough cash flow, which involves the financial resources are there to solve this issue.
Thank you very much, Sachini, for explaining how to evaluate strategic options. Jayatish sir, could you explain to us what strategic capabilities of an organization are?
Yes, as you correctly said, there are competencies and resources. The 4 types of resources are human resource, financial resources, physical resources and organizational resources.
Anupama, what are the routes to sustain a competitive advantage?
There are two approaches. First would be the positioning approach, and then it would be resource-based approach.
Let me direct the same question to Prem and Sachini from the corporate field. What are your ideas on achieving competitive advantage in your organizations? Prem?
We have strong finance and human resource. And we are utilizing their skills to have the competitive advantage.
Sachini?
To answer your question, as a leading bank in this country, we are more focused on the positioning-based approach, which involves gaining competitive advantage. And how we do this as a leading bank in this country is by creating customer value.
So we have come to the end of the show, and let me thank Prem, Sachini, Anupama, Dayatissa for enlightening and sharing their knowledge with us on strategy. Ladies and gentlemen, and all the businessmen and women out there, have a great week and may you be successful in your organizations. Stay tuned for the next edition of this business show, The Biz Show. Alright, okay. Sprint. Oh shoot!